So here, so I just give you a idea about so how to work with the. Okay, I just give you the idea about how to work with the Bootstrap. Okay, so how to work with the Bootstrap here, and then we'll conclude. Okay, so here, so there is a Bootstrap is there. So there is one more, so which is called as a Bootstrap. But what is a Bootstrap is here? So Bootstrap is the library. Bootstrap is a library. You say it is a library or it is a framework, right? So generally Bootstrap is a library or framework. You can call it as framework and is commonly used. It is a framework is commonly used for developing what your web applications. It's commonly used for developing web applications, or what do you call it as front end? It's called as developing which applications? Front end applications. Okay. So what is a Bootstrap is? It is the CSS and JavaScript library. It contains CSS styles. What it contains is CSS styles. Okay, what Bootstrap is having is, so I said, Bootstrap is having predefined. Bootstrap is having predefined. What is that? Style sheets. But what Bootstrap is having is predefined style sheets. Means you have predefined CSS files. It is not only having a CSS file, and it is also having which one? JavaScript files. So which you can call it as JS files. So Bootstrap makes you to develop application more easy. Rather than you develop the styles, you'll try to use what? Predefined styles. Okay, rather than you develop the styles, you'll try to use what? Some predefined styles provided by which one? Bootstrap. Okay. So using Bootstrap, so front-end development becomes more easy, because Bootstrap provides what is that? Existing what here? Styles. So for example, you want suppose you want to develop a logo bar, or you want to develop a slider, or you want to develop a navigation bar. So you try to define your own styles. But rather than you create your own styles, you'll try to use the styles provided by which one? Bootstrap. Okay. Then that is advantage. That is advantage of using Bootstrap. And current version Bootstrap. What is the current version of Bootstrap is? Bootstrap 5.0 is the current version of Bootstrap. Then next is how to use Bootstrap. Okay, so you can use a Bootstrap in two ways. One is download Bootstrap locally and include it. That is as an external style sheet. Include it as an external style sheet, or you can use with the help of, or using which one here? CDN. CDN is nothing but content development network, right? So CDN provider means you can directly use from the internet. You can directly use from what here? Internet. That is from which one? CDN, or you can download. Bootstrap local. You can download Bootstrap. It's nothing but I say no, it is a library. What it is having? It is having style sheets. Okay. Who invented Bootstrap? Don't know. It's a library, right? It's a library. I don't know. Okay. I don't know who invented Bootstrap. Maybe Nikhil. Huh? So don't know. And even W3 also didn't said who invented Bootstrap. Okay. Yes. Because you can customize a Bootstrap. But Bootstrap, see the official website of Bootstrap so that you can find out who invented. Okay. But when you see Bootstrap, right? So here you don't have anything, right? What is there? Bootstrap, powerful, extensible, and feature-packed front-end toolkit. Build a customize with a SaaS and utilize pre-built grid system and components and bring projects to life with powerful JavaScript plugins. So it is not a language here. It is not a language. Language is invented by some people, right? Java language invented by James Gosling. C language invented by Dennis Ritchie. Huh? Yes or no? .NET. Who invented .NET? He'll say Microsoft. Not say any person who invented which one? .NET. So like that, Bootstrap. There's no specific person who invented which one? Bootstrap. Okay, right? So it is a library. So when you're saying it is a library, now this library can be included in two ways. Okay. Now if you want, you just search who invented Bootstrap. So who invented Bootstrap? Created by which one? Twitter. As an open source framework. Any person is there? Any person is there? No, there's no person, right? So saying that Bootstrap was known as a Twitter blueprint. Because Twitter people, they develop their own CSS for developing their project. Getting on. So they invented as a part of their project. As a part of their project here. So that is a history. Why Bootstrap is invented? Bootstrap, originally named a Twitter blueprint, was developed by this person. One person is there when he's working on the project. Mark Otto and Jacob. Okay, Twitter as a framework to encourage consistency across internal tools. So that is to provide, because framework will provide one consistency, right? Generally framework, this person is asked, right? Nikhil Keshav Rao. Okay, this is a person who has invented Bootstrap. This is a person who has invented Bootstrap. Okay, na? Yes. Okay. This is a person who has invented Bootstrap. This is a person who has invented Bootstrap. Remember this person. Okay, because interview they ask you which person has invented Bootstrap. Yes or no? Yes. Right? Just try to understand this here. Okay? Right. So this is a person who has invented Bootstrap. Okay? And see here, generally framework. What is a framework? Framework will provide a unique development of which one? Front end. Okay. Unique development of which one? Front end. Front end means, for example, how this framework is, it is like this. For example, there is some people working on one project here. Okay, some people working on some projects here, right? Some people working on some projects. Okay. Yes. For example, they are working in one company called which one here? X company they are working. So these are the person A, B, and one more person is called C. Okay, now they're developing a front end. They're developing which one? Front end for X company. But how they develop the front end? By preparing their own CSS. Suppose framework is not there. If the framework is not there, they will provide what their own styles and then develop which one? Project. Okay, now there is a person who worked on this project P1 of X company. He just moved from X company to which one? Y company. He moved from X company to which one? Y company. And this Y company also they are developing a front end. This Y company is also developing what? Front end. Okay. Y company is also developing which one? Front end. But Y company developing front end by using their own styles. Okay. Suppose this A person is included in one project. Included in one project which is already developed. Okay. Then this A person asks you to do some changes and other things. Then he start working on, he should see all the CSS developed by which company? Y company. Because this CSS is own styles or not? Yes. So the styles might be changes from one company to another. It means is it all these companies are following the same standards for the styling the web page? No. They're not following the same standards for styling which one? Web page. Okay, each person or each company, they have their own style sheets for styling which one? Web page. So that might be changes from one company to another. So it means there is no unique. It means when a person is moving from one company to what? Another, then he should study again all these styles. Then if he is moving from this company to another company, then again he should read all these styles. So that becomes what? Very complex. Because of that, rather than developing their own styles by the company, they're trying to use what? Existing styles. And that styles are provided by which one? Bootstrap. Suppose ABC no Bootstrap. Okay, ABC no Bootstrap. Now using this Bootstrap, they style which one? Web page. Suppose if A is moved from one company to another company, this company also uses same styles. Okay, when he moved from one company to another company, this company also uses same style. It means all these companies are using one unique. All these companies are using one unique style. They're using one unique style. So that maintaining the project becomes what? Very easy. Not only that, when one person is moving from one company to another, they don't require to study the styles belongs to that application or project, because all these applications uses the styles provided by which one? Bootstrap. So Bootstrap will provide one common architecture or common styling. Okay, common style. So where if you want to customize, you can customize it. So generally framework, when you are saying a framework, right? So framework provide two things. One is a framework provide some libraries. A framework, Bootstrap is a framework, and this framework provides which one? Library, and it also provide a unique architecture. It does also provide which one? Unique architecture, means how to develop also. It is not only providing a libraries. And it is also providing one architecture, how to develop it. So these both are done by which one? Bootstrap. Okay. So what is a Bootstrap here? It is a framework. It's a commonly used for developing which application? Web application, not a backend. It is used as a front end because it is used for styling the web page. And I said no, Bootstrap provides a predefined style sheets. So what it provides a predefined style sheets and JS files, and using Bootstrap front-end develop becomes more easy. Okay, more easy because Bootstrap provide existing styles. So Bootstrap allows to develop. I say no. Bootstrap provides a unique way of developing. Which one here? Front-end applications. So web front-end or front-end applications. So front-end applications Bootstrap provides a unique way of developing which one? Front-end applications, right? Unique styling of front-end applications done by which one? Bootstrap. But how do you use a Bootstrap? You can just download Bootstrap locally and you can use content development network, right? You can use this. Install via package manager using npm. Install Bootstrap at the rate 5.3.0, or you can just use this link. You can use it. 2 links you have to use it to include. This is included as a part of your header. Okay, it is included as a part of header here. Now this is an HTML. Some page 1.html. But you are not installing it, but you are using content. You are not installing it, but you are using content delivery network. Content delivery network. That is CDN stands for content delivery network. What is it? Content delivery network. Okay, content delivery network, right? You can just copy that. So here I just use a doc and HTML, and here I'm using head here. Now you're just including one link. So what is this link? Now you're trying to include a link. What is this link indicates? You are including a library. What is that? External style sheets. That is Bootstrap at the rate 5.3.0. Now there is a style sheet. Now you can see what is the name of the style sheet? Bootstrap dot min dot what is it? CSS. Okay, and one more link you have to include. This is related with which one? JavaScript. Now this is one more plugin which is required, and this is one JavaScript file. And what is the name of this? Is bootstrap.bundle.min. What is it? JS. So how many files you are included here? 2 files. As a part of which one here? Header. Now this is one way of including the Bootstrap. The other way is you download. The other way is just to download. The other way is just to download that, right? The other way is just to download. Download locally and then include as a part of your project. Include as a project, part of which one? Project. But what is the advantage of taking from content to delivery network is the changes will be what? Dynamic. Okay, now the changes will be what here? Dynamic. If it is downloading locally, then whenever there is a changes in Bootstrap, that changes has to be done what? Locally again. Okay. That's the reason most of the project they'll try to use what is it? Content delivery network, CDN. You just use this jsdelivery.net npm, and then you are saying Bootstrap, and this is the name of the CSS file. If you want to customize the styles, what you can do is you can download this file and you can open this and you can modify it. You can open this and you can do what here? Changes in bootstrap.min.css. You can enable to what? Do the changes. Okay. So there is a header, and then after this, Yes. Okay. Right. Then what Bootstrap provide? Lot of things Bootstrap provide. What Bootstrap provide? Lot of things it will provide, like where you can work with the grids, you can work with the navigation bar, you can work with what forms, and you can work with what. Okay, all the things what you do in which one, HTML and CSS. See, there you are creating a button, right? But how you apply the style to the button? I have to create my own style. But rather than creating my own style, I create already styled button. So no, that will create one unique style of creating which one, buttons and all the things. Okay, for example, simple thing we'll see, like working with a simple. I'm telling you, Bootstrap you cannot complete in one class or something, but I'm just giving you idea about how to work with which one, Bootstrap. Okay, so working with something like Bootstrap, what is it? We'll just see working with the Bootstrap. What here? Some buttons. How to work with the Bootstrap buttons. Okay. Now you find different types of buttons here. So just here working with a Bootstrap. So what is that? Button class. Button classes. Buttons are there. Now Bootstrap. Use Bootstrap's custom button styles for action in forms, dialogues, and with support of multiple sizes and all things. Here, all these are which one? Buttons. Now you can see button type, button class is button primary. So what is this class? Is it this class? Are you creating? Tell me, are you creating this button class? No. This style is class selector is already there. Where it is there in Bootstrap.css. What you have to do, you just apply it. What you have to do is you just apply it. Suppose I just copy this code here. You can find different styles of it. So body, then I just use a form here. So these are different buttons you have. Now you can create number of buttons. But are you created any class selector here? No. You are not created any class selectors, but we try to use existing class selectors, which are provided by Bootstrap. Which are provided by which one? Bootstrap here, right? So there is a link button like this. So once you run this code, okay, now you can see all the buttons. But are you done any styling here? No. So this is a link button, this is dark button, light button, info button, warning, danger, success, secondary, and what is that? Primary. So are you created any styles here? No. Not created any styles. You are not created any styles here, like buttons. So buttons are there, like now buttons, use Bootstrap custom button styles for actions in forms, dialogues, and more with the support with multiple sizes and states and what more. That can be done. Yes or no? So this makes it everything is what more easier, right? So this is an example. This is an example for that. But see, in this example, you just use the class selector. But where is this class selector? Button primary. This is there in one CSS file. And what is that CSS file? Bootstrap. .bundle.min. What is that? JS. Sorry, CSS. So what is the name of this file? min.css. This is a file where it is available. All these styles. You work with the Bootstrap buttons. See, a lot of button styles are there. So a lot of buttons are there, like so the link button, input button, submit button, and what is it? Reset button. And you can also create outline for what here buttons, outline buttons. So this is the only outline buttons, but there is no fill here. But are you defined like this when you hover the cursor, is it changing the color or not? Yes. It means, are you doing all these things here? No, you're not doing this. But this is given by whom? Bootstrap itself. So it means to work with the Bootstrap, you should have a knowledge of which one? CSS. To work with the Bootstrap, you should have a knowledge of which one? CSS, right? So, but here you just created only button and apply which one? Button outline primary, button outline secondary, outline success, outline danger, outline. So on click, you can perform certain actions. So there are different styles it provide. Okay, Bootstrap provide different styles here. So this is outline buttons and this is button tags. So the button class are designed to be used with a button element. You can also use with the class of which one? Anchor, or what is that? Input element. You are also using with the anchor, or what is that? Input element. Now you are saying A is nothing but which one? Anchor. But you are using which class, which style you are using? Button class. And button primary. It means actually this is a link, but this link is treated as what here? Button. Actually this is a link, but this link is treated as what here? Button. It is actually it is a link, but this link is treated as what here? Button. Now you can see here. So once you run this, actually this is what here? Link. So, but this link is treated as what here? Button here, right? Yes. Now you can work with the buttons and yeah, a lot of things you can do it by using existing styles. Not only that, now you can also work with, now this is outline buttons, and this is sizes. You can also define the sizes for the button. So that is a button large, LG is there, button SM for additional size is given, that is button large. So are you defining, means, see, all the websites should have a customized sizes, unique sizes. It means that should not be changes from one web page to another. So that's the reason it provide one standard of defining size, large or small or medium. You'll say LG, SG, and what is that? MD, right? So this is button, block level buttons, button at block level. And you can also define the active state of the buttons, right? So that is when you click on this. What is the active state of this button? Now, so button primary, button large, active. And then role is what here? Button. Yes. You can make the button is enabled or what is that? Disable. But all these are provided by which one? Bootstrap, right? Not only that, see, a lot of things you can do. Now you can create. What you can create a drop downs. You can create which one? Forms. You can create a drop downs. You can create a forms and you can create what? Navigation bars. You can create navigation bar. Now suppose you want to create a navigation bar. Yesterday we created navigation bar, but for creating that navigation, we write a lot of styles. Yesterday we created navigation bar, but for creating that navigation, you put a lot of styles or not? Yes. But now navigation becomes more easy now. Now creating a navigation becomes more easy now. So navigation bar, documentation, so Bootstrap powerful responsive navigation header. The navigation bar includes the support for branding, navigation, and more, including support for some Collapse plugins are there. See, a navigation bar require wrapping navigation bar with navigation bar expand, that is for small devices and medium devices, large devices, and extra large devices. And by generally using this Bootstrap, you can develop a responsive web pages. Responsive web pages means this can be used for developing applications from small devices to what? Large devices. But is the appearance of this devices change? When you move it from one device to another device, is the appearance of this will be changed or not changed? Not changed. That is called as which one? Responsive websites. Now you can develop for small devices to what? Extra large devices. Small devices to what? Extra large. So small devices, mobile is there. Medium device, laptop is there. Small, suppose notebook is there. No, PC, extra large device. So for responsive collapsing and color schema classes, collapsing and collapsing. Suppose the same application, if you are moving, you develop one web page on desktop. Same web page, if you display in mobile, then it should collapse it or not? Yes, automatically should collapse. If it is not collapse, what will happen? It will move towards which side? Right side. It will not be visible. It will what? Cut off, right? But it should automatically what? Collapse. That is called which one? A responsive web page. So that responsive web pages, even you can develop it by using which one? Bootstrap. Now navigation bar and their contents are fluid by default. Use optional containers to limit their horizontal width. Yes. Now see here, navigation. Now suppose when you see the web page, you'll find navigation bar brand. So first one is what? Navigation bar brand for your company, product or project name. So second one is navigation bar for a full height and lightweight navigation includes support for which one? Drop downs. Now this you can call it as, suppose if you see this Bootstrap itself, sorry. So there is a navigation, lightweight navigation, and there is a navigation toggler for use with our Collapse plugin. And there is a form inline for any form control and actions. And there is a navigation bar text for adding vertically centered string of text. And there is a collapse navigation bar collapse for grouping and hiding navigation bar content by parent, what is that? Breakdowns, right? So this is creating how a navigation bars here. So there is a navigation bar. This is called as which one? Navigation bar, which is called as a brand, right? This is called as a brand, but this brand can be represented as what? This brand is represented as what? Either a text or what is that? Logo. This can be a text or this can be what here? Logo. See, are you using any? See here. Yes. Now, for example, if I'm writing like this, so there is an anchor. You are taking anchor tag, anchor class, navigation brand, and href. Now you give a link, but this is navigation bar. You can directly, yes. Now just use here. See, all these are predefined styles. These are not user-defined styles. These are available. Okay, these are available in Bootstrap. So here I'm writing the navigation brand. So I just write a navigation brand. Now you can see this is a navigation brand as a what here? Link. This navigation brand as what here? Link, right? It is as a link. Okay. This navigation brand as a link. Which is called as a main, and the division will have the background or not. Yes. So here you don't require to do that. Here you don't require navigation bar light. This is nothing but background color. So what is the background color? Now you can see. So there is a background color is there or not? Yes. So there is a background color is there or not? Yes. Now that is navigation bar. Okay. So created one navigation bar. So created one navigation bar, and within that you place this. Okay. And you can create number of items in this. So what you can create number of items. You can create a drop down. You can create a navigation link by using which one as a list of items. See, this is a navigation item. So every item is having, see, this is a list class navigation item. So there is a, this navigation item is represented as what here? Link. Yeah, we'll see with the example otherwise. So there is a navigation items here. This is called as which list here? Unordered list. Yesterday we created navigation bar by using which one? Unordered list. But for that we created one division or not? Yes. But now you can apply the styles here. Unordered list, class navigation bar, navigation, MR auto, margin. MR is nothing but margin. Margin what here? Auto. And list item class, navigation item, which one here? Active. And there is a list class, navigation active means what? By default, there will be an active item or not? Yes. We try to define the active background color or not? Yes. But here you just say only active. Now that will apply the predefined style. When you say active, that will apply what? One predefined style. It means you have to learn only the styles. What do you have to do? Is in Bootstrap, what do you have to learn? Only the styles. Styles you have to learn, right? So because, so everything is provided by the Bootstrap itself. Okay. So I created this, and after that, now there is a, now I'm not using any button here. Okay. Now there is a division class, navigation bar. So yeah, I try to create the content here. Actually, it will create this one, navigation bar, home, link, and this one is called as which one? Drop down. Now if I just copy this, right? So this is the code, what it returns here exactly. So this is created navigation bar, and this is a home, and this is active actual link, and this is drop down. Okay, this is a drop down, and this is what here? Disable, and this is called as which one? Search. But are you still this thing? No. Okay, so we try to apply the existing, right? So if you see this drop down is there. Suppose what you are trying to write. So there is a division class. So there is unordered list, and the margin is auto, and list item class, navigate item. This is active, and what is that here? Home. So class and navigation link. Now this is which selector? Class selector. So this is provided for this. So this is link, and this is drop down, and this is active. Actually, this is what here? Active. This is active link. And then after that, now there is a list item, navigation link. And what is second item here? Link. It means, are you applying the same style to all the items or not? Yes. It means any project you work, any Bootstrap project you work, you find same thing. If you know what is the meaning of navigation item, then you can understand any Bootstrap project, because all Bootstrap development uses same styles. Getting on it. So you don't create your own styles. Or getting on it. What is the advantage of Bootstrap is developing every web page in a unique style. Developing every web page in unique style, not your own style. Don't create your styles. What Bootstrap says that don't create your own styles. Try to use this unique styles for developing or for styling which one? Web page. If all the people knows Bootstrap, they can understand this page or not? Yes. If all persons knows the Bootstrap, they can understand this page. Suppose Bootstrap is not there, then he'll create his own style. That person create his own style. One person create his own style. Then the styles, what you create, you understand. You cannot understand them. That page you cannot understand, because each person is having his own styles. But here this is standard styles provided by which one? Bootstrap. Okay, right? So, but you have to learn all these styles. Only styles you have to understand. Navigation link is there. What is this here? Home. And there's now these are the class. You want to see the content of this CSS, external CSS is there, right? So this is an external CSS, right? Now you can just open this link. And you can customize. See, if you want, you can even customize the styles provided by which one? Bootstrap. You can customize the styles provided by which one? Bootstrap. You can customize it. Now this is a complete styles developed by Bootstrap. Okay, ये पूरा है. ये पूरा क्या है? Styles है पूरा. There are so many styles out there. So this is bootstrap.min.css. So all the styles are provided or not? Yes. You don't require to write, but you learn CSS. You learn CSS or not? Yes. That is styling your own page. But what Bootstrap says, don't create. Use it. Don't create. What it says that use it. These are so many styles out there, like text, everything is provided. Suppose, for example, if you are working with suppose text styles out there. Yes, responsive format only. That is responsive format only. Responsive format only. It is in responsive format only. For example, typography is there. Typography is one style. Text styles. Typography is nothing but text style. Okay, documentation, includes global settings, headings, body text, list, and what is that more? So text, body text, and all other things, you style it. For example, heading is headings out there. All HTML headings H1 through H6 are available. H1, H2, but these are the styles in which one? Bootstrap. Okay, it means this H1 to H6 is modified. This styles are modified in which one? Bootstrap. If you are using H1 to H4, for example, if you use H1 to H4, normal H1 to H4 and Bootstrap H1 to H4 are completely different. Okay. For example, okay, normal H1 to H4, H6 and Bootstrap is completely different. Now, if you run this, now this is Bootstrap headings. Suppose I don't use the Bootstrap, I just remove these links. Okay, I remove these links. It means, are you included styles? No. Now this is normal headings. This is normal headings, and I just include a Bootstrap. And this is which headings? Bootstrap headings. Is it font and everything is changed or not? Yes. So the content, even paragraph styling also. Even which one? Paragraph styling also. This is Bootstrap. You can apply. You can use a class H1, H2, H3, H4. You can also apply this class H1 to H6. And you can also see here, customized headings. Use the included utility classes to recreate the small secondary heading text for Bootstrap 3. So fancy displaying heading with faded secondary text. What you are using? A small font, right? Small font. What is the class here? Text muted. It means these are faded or not? Yes. It means this is muted. Okay, this faded is nothing but muted. It's not important. Like displaying the headings. Now, traditional heading elements are designed to work best in the meat of your page content. So when you need a heading to stand out, consider using display headings. Larger, slightly more optionated heading styles, right? In this case, for example, display 1 is there, display 2. custom headings, right? Display 3 and display 4 is there. Now what you are saying H1, display 1. It means this is customized or not? Yes. Now there is one class selector is there. Now there is a class selector like display 1, display 2, display 3, and one more is what? Display 4. But all these are what? Topic 1 only. All these are topic 1 or all these are header 1s only, but with a display, with a different displays here. Okay, say display 1, display 2, display 3, and what? Display 4. Now this is typography, is nothing but content text, lead. Now make a paragraph stand out by adding a lead. So lead means here, make a paragraph, lead means, like suppose if you want the first letter should be, yes. Now there is one more, one class selector is there, and what is that class selector is? Lead is there. Which you can call it as, the first letter of paragraph will be, what do you call it as? Capitalized. Okay, first letter of the paragraph will be what? More capitalized. So that you can call it as which one? Lead, right? Suppose, so lead is there. That is what you mean by first letter of paragraph. Now paragraph class selector. What is the class selector here? Lead. So what will happen in lead is, this is more capitalized, right? See, more capitalized. If you see this one, this is more capitalized, means more than capital letter. It is bigger than which one? Capital letter. So that can be called as which one? Lead. Okay. So there is a class selector called which one? Lead is there, like that. So inline text elements, inline. So that is underline and strike through. Okay, now. So this line rendered as a bold text. Yes. Now delete is nothing but strike out. Now like abbreviations. Abbreviations is there. Abbreviation. HTML. Now, abbreviation is having its own attributes. Abbreviation, title, attribute, and ATTR. Like block quotes. Yes. Alignment is there. Now there is alignment. Okay. So paragraph, class, alignments here, footer class, and block quotes. And what is that here? Footer. Now this can be called as paragraph. Now see, this is, if you take this is displayed at the top, then it will display at what here? Bottom. Now this can be called as which one here? Footer. Footer of this block quotes. This is a block quotes, right? And this is a footer of which one? This block quotes. But is it this is formatted? No. So this is formatting the text. Now text alignments here. Block quotes, text what here? Right. So you are just using the predefined class line. Now this is a parent element and this is what here? Child. In the same way, you can also do with what here? Images. Images are there. Images, right? Document. So now, yes. Now, creating images, formatting images, right? Images in Bootstrap are more responsive with image fluid. Means when you add this image fluid, then that image becomes what? More responsive. Like it will fit in every device with the maximum width and with the maximum what? Height. Are applied to the image so that it scale with the parent what? Elements. Parent elements, right? Now you can see image and source alternative class, and this is the image which represents what here? Thumbnail. This is the image which represents what here? One thumbnail. So it is having rounded border and everything. Now just suppose assume that I take one image. Okay, I just take one image here. So there is an image and use the source here. So there is a source and you try to define the alternative text. And this source is taken as a thumbnail, right? So just take any image, right? See, I'm just giving you an idea about how to work with the bootstrap. I'm saying now with this knowledge, what you can do is you can work with the bootstrap with this knowledge. What you have to do is you have to explore it. So there is image. And what is the image here? Some image 2.jpg. But here this image is not formatted, but it's formatted with a predefined. So it is having which one border and the border radius and the size, everything is fixed or not? Yes. Okay, everything is fixed here. You are not trying to use what any predefined things here. Now this is a thumbnail. Aligning images like you'll say class rounded float. What is that? Left float which one? Left. Float left and float which one? Right. How you want to do the alignment? Now just take the image here. There is the image. What is the image? Image 2.jpg. And this is the image 2.jpg. Now, not giving any alternative text here, but here alignment is done. So, but in the same. So, but this is actually a single line, right? Yes, I just try to close the image, but actually don't require to close the image, right? So take one division, otherwise rounded float left and float right, but you put this inside one, two images, try to put inside one division. Okay, so there is a division contain how many images here? Two images. So, but here you are saying within the division, generally this is within the division, but we'll try to define the width of the division. So what is the width of the division I'm giving? 100%. Yes, because this is alignment is within the division. So rounded float left and one more is which one? Right. Okay. So this is the alignment of image within the division actually, because always the alignment is done within the container, right? Always the alignment is done within the container. See, if you take this is a container, right? Suppose if this is a container and within this container, you are saying float left or float, what is that? Right. You are saying float left and float right. So container is what now? The container is a division. So the container is a division here. So container is a division. So, but actually this division, we have not defined the size, right? So if you define the size, so this images will display it from left to right and right to what here? Left. So rounded maximum auto, and this will be displayed in the middle, right? alignment. Now there is one more is there, which is called as the picture. Now this is used for, like for example, if you see some images like, right? So if you are using a picture element, so specifying the multiple source elements. Now this is a beginning and this is what here end. But you may define multiple source elements. Okay, now within this picture, you can put what multiple images, right? In the same way, the way how you are formatting images, in the same way you can format which one? Table also. Now if you take table, bootstrap tables. Now this is a class selector. What is a class selector? You have a table with the number of columns. Okay, there is a TS. Okay, and scope column, column. Now this is, yes, this is a row and this is a one. So now table also having their own styles, right? Even you can define some styles like table dark. Suppose if this is a table here, I'm just copying here. So this is creating a predefined styles for the table. So instead of using image here, I'm trying to use which one? Table. Now we see the table. Now this is a table created. The predefined style. Now what you are defined? Now the class. Class equal to which one? Table. And table header scope equal to which one? Column. And scope column and first. So this is a first, this is a second column, and this is third column, and this is fourth column here. And there is a table header scope equal to which one? Row. So what will happen? It will try to bold. Is it scope equal to, if you are writing a scope equal to row, now is it trying to bold it or not? Yes. Now there is a table heading and there is the table data. Now TH scope row. Now this is a second row. Okay, this is a second row, and this is which one here? Third row. In the same way, you can apply now the background color and all the things. Now you can say table dark. This is a predefined style, table dark. If I say table class, if I'm saying table class, okay, table class, not table, but I'll try to use table. I'll try to use which one? Table dark. If I use table dark on this table, so what is the name of the class selector? So table dark. The child selector. Table dark. Now this is in which one? Dark here. Okay. In the same way. Okay. Now you are trying to use different styles here. Table head options. Okay. Table heading option is there. Table heading. Now table heading class. So heading. Now there is a class. There's a class table. And table heading. Now there is a class. And what is the class I'm using? Table heading dark. Now I'm just using T header. T header. T head, what is that? Dark. Now this is a class selector which makes the heading. So it will make the heading as what here? Dark. T head dark. So T head class. So class table. T head. Now this will display. Where is the error here? So this will display the background as a dark here. So T head dark. It's a mistake. Class. Not given class. Class. Right. So Some small mistake here. T head class. So class T head light or dark, whatever it is, right? Yeah, this is a mistake, right? Class spelling, yes. Oh, yeah, no problem. No dark here. T head dark, table class. Table T head dark. So this is a header dark only. So actually, it will be displayed like this. But this background is what here? Dark. Okay, so that is displayed. If you say T head class, head has what here? Dark, and one more is a light. T head dark. Table class, table. Okay, no problem. So not only that, now you also have like striped rows. Now alternative. Striped rows means alternative, like this. Okay, where so there is a row 1, row 2. See, is it alternative things are highlighted or not? Yes. Okay, so that's striped rows. And table type, table striped table. Now it is displayed like this. Alternative rows again. So we can also define the border for the table border. So this will display the border of the table here. So anyway, you know row span and what is that? Column span. Okay, now this is a table again. What I should display with the borders, right? Table dark, table border and table, what is that? Dark. Now table bordered and table dark. Now this will try to display the dark. Okay. But these are the styles like hoverable rows. Means when you move the cursor, now you can see when you move the cursor is over. When you move the cursor, is it changing the background color of it or not? Yes. So that is a table hover. Table and table hover. So when you move the cursor, now if you see this one, right, when you move the cursor, now this is called, now all this, now this makes it more easier, right? You might think that why we learn CSS. Directly which one? Bootstrap. Why you learn CSS? Directly you can learn which one? Bootstrap. But to understand Bootstrap, you should know what first? CSS. So like this, you can do a lot of things, right? Now layouts. In the layouts, you have a grid. Grid layout is there. Grid system is there. Now Bootstrap is having his own grid system. Like one of 3 columns, and one of 3 columns out there. So column SM is small devices. SM is what? Small devices. Okay. Now Bootstrap is having his own, okay, what do you call it as? Grid system. See here. This is what exactly? Extra small. Okay, extra small means less than 576 pixels. And small means greater than or equal to 576 pixels. Medium is greater than or equal to 768 pixels. Large means greater than or equal to 992 pixels. Extra large means greater than or equal to 200 pixels. So that is column is, it is for which one? Extra small. Extra small, and this is a small because your screen will have a resolution or not. Your screen is having resolution, but that should not change it when you move it from one system to what here? Another. That is what you mean by a responsive website. Okay. That is the meaning of responsive website here. Okay. So column small devices, column which one? Large devices, and this is for extra large. So this is auto layout column. Equal. For example, column SM is what here? Small devices, and how many columns here? 6 columns. How many columns here? Total how many columns here? 6 columns. Okay. With the equivalent width 1, 2, 3, 4. But in this 1 out of 2, and because so in this example, how many columns are taken? Now division class row, there's a container and there's a column. This is the first column, and this is what here? Second column. So division class row, this is the first column, and this is a second column, and this is what? Third column. Okay, but here you can simply write division class container, division class row, and division class column, division class column, and column width is given what? 100. This division column width is given 100 and equally divided or not? Yes. But here you are trying to use a class selector. Which one? Column. Okay. Right. Here you are using a class selector called which one? Column. Just try to understand this. This column, and this is for, you are creating how many columns here? 6 columns. Means one row occupy how many columns here? 6 columns. If you are writing one, suppose actually that row contain how many columns? 6. But if you are writing one column, that one column occupies what? 6. If you are writing 2 columns, that 2 columns occupies what here? 6. 2 columns occupies what here? 6. But how many columns will be there? 2 only. But that 2 columns occupies how many here? 6. Suppose if we create a 3 columns, that will occupy how many? 6. So that is, the syntax is like this. Setting the column here, container, there is a row is there. And see here, you are saying division class, column 6 is there. Here. Means this is how many columns here? Actually, how many columns it is? 6 columns. But within this, you are creating how many columns? Only 1. Means 6 column is occupied by how many columns here? 1 column. So it means Bootstrap is having his own grid system. Bootstrap is having his own grid system here. So this grid systems here, column class indicates, see here, column class indicates the number of columns like to use out of the possible 12 per rows. So if you want 3 equal width column across, you can use column which one? 4. Means this will create, see here. So if you want 3 equal width column across, you can use what? Column? 4. So it will create how many columns? Equivalent width columns? 4. Ding or not? Okay. So it is having its own grid system, and I'm saying no, like there's a lot of content, components. Content means just now we have seen like typography, tables, images. Okay. And components means it can be related with badges, buttons, cards, and drop-down forms. Now it means there is a predefined styles for the forms out there. So you don't require to style which one? Input elements. So there is a predefined input elements here. So form group, label, example input mail, email address, and there is a class selector is there or not? Yes. Example email, email 1, and there is a class. What is it here? Form control. So there is a predefined styles given for what? Input. See here, form is there. Okay, form controls. So textual form controls like input, select, and text areas are already styled with dot form control class. See here, textual form controls like input, selects, and text areas are styled with form control class, included are styles for general appearance. General appearance will be changed to focus state and sizing and more. All these are defined by using which class? Form control class. For which type of elements? Input, select, as well as what? Text areas. So for this already style is defined. For this already style is defined by form control. Now suppose if you are writing like this, now form division class, form group is there, right? And within this, but see, every input type equal to what? Password. What is the class is given? Form control is a class selector. Now this class selector already having what? Style for general appearance, focus state, sizing, and more. Now if you run this, now it is having email address. See, when you move the cursor, is it border style is changed or not? Yes. If I move the cursor on this, password style is changed or not? Yes. Suppose if I click on submit, right? Yes. Now the submit is having his own style or not? Yes. So predefined styles for which controls? Form controls. Okay, for options and all other things here. Okay, form control, sizing. Now form control large. Form control what? SM. For small devices like that. Large select and default select, and this is what? Small select. Okay, now yes, read out. Yes. Now I'm saying no, it provide default. It will provide default things. It will provide what here? Default things which you don't require to do it. Everything is done by which one? Bootstrap itself, right? So here again you have to learn. Means if you see this documentation, right, you can easily understand which class is used for what. It means with the Bootstrap, your web page styling becomes more easy because you are not creating any styles. You are trying to use what? Existing styles. So you have to learn which style is used for. You have to learn only one thing. Which style is used for what? You have to use only one thing. Which style is used for what? Then apply it. Yes. So that's all. Okay. jQuery is a JavaScript library. It's different from Bootstrap. Bootstrap is only for styling. But jQuery is DOM manipulation. jQuery is completely DOM manipulation where you read the data and perform certain operations, right? jQuery is completely different than which one? Bootstrap. Bootstrap is the CSS library. jQuery is a JavaScript library. jQuery also is a library again. jQuery is a JavaScript library. See, what you are using jQuery, it makes the things. Okay. पूरा पढ़ोगे यार. jQuery, Angular, Node, React. So jQuery is a fast and small feature-rich JavaScript library. It makes it things like HTML, document traversal, and manipulation, event handling, and what is that? Animations. Means this is completely related with Paras. This is completely related with which one? DOM manipulation. Completely related with DOM, right? So you can use CDN for including a jQuery, and then you can start working on the jQuery. So jQuery is having its own syntax, right? Okay. But anyway, what you do is you learn Bootstrap, because most of the companies uses Bootstrap because it's a framework, right? You know Bootstrap, then company hiring. You know CSS? No. Because company uses what? Bootstrap. Because it's one standard, right? Standard way of styling all the pages. You know CSS and you don't know Bootstrap, it's a problem. So Bootstrap you can learn by yourself. One day you sit. Okay, now because I've given how to work with the Bootstrap. But what you have to do is you have to learn which class selector is used for what. Because it is providing existing styles or not. Yes. Right. If possible, I'll try to upload some case studies in the classroom. Just go through it. Okay, go through related with Bootstrap. I'll just upload some applications related with the Bootstrap. If you want, I'll try to upload the applications related with HTML and CSS also. Okay. But I'm saying now this HTML and CSS, JavaScript. See, JavaScript is never ended. But what we learn is the things which are required in moving to jQuery or moving toward Angular and what is that? Node.js and React.js. For working with that, you should know at least how to write a for loop, how to write if condition, how to write a while, how to create an array, how to declare variables, how to write the functions, how to write the classes. Getting on it. If you know all these things, then working with those frameworks becomes what? Easy. Working with those frameworks will become very easy. Please upload a resume format. For which one? UI technology, sir. But I said, don't apply only with HTML, CSS. Okay. Don't apply with only HTML, CSS and JavaScript. You need to include Bootstrap. Include what? Bootstrap also. Company look for people who are familiar with what? Bootstrap. Because people in real time develop it using Bootstrap. Okay. People in real time, they develop it by using what? Bootstrap. I said, what is the need of Bootstrap? All companies develop it by following same rules and regular standards, same styles. You don't create style, use styles and develop it. Responsive web pages are developed by using Bootstrap. Oh, yes. Okay. I'll send it here. I'll send Core Java like other courses. Okay. Okay, right? But anyway, if any, yes, now I'll be here only. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay. But today we are concluding it, but this is not end of your CSS or what is that? Web development. Because you learn only how to design a page and how to style the page. That's all. But this is only front end. You have to learn even back end. And front end, even so many frameworks are there. You have to learn all the things because nowadays people are looking for full stack. Full stack means you should know front end as well as what? Back end. So front end means not just HTML and CSS. Learn Bootstrap, learn jQuery, learn which one? Angular, Node, React. Okay, now, so if you have all this knowledge, then definitely you'll get the job as a UI developer. You don't require to learn Java language. Getting on? You don't require to learn core Java, advanced Java, Oracle. No, not required. If you learn UI, then you'll get a job. There's a lot of openings for React. There's a lot of openings for Angular and Node. Okay, now, but only Angular, Node, React is not enough. For that, you should know HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap, JavaScript, and all the other things. Yes, JavaScript oriented notation is JSON. JSON is JavaScript object notation. It is the standard way of exchanging the data, right? Now, what is the difference between React and Angular? Angular can be used as a front end, but React can be used at front end as well as back end. I can tell you that one difference. Okay, but a lot of differences are there. Okay, yes. So anyway, I'll try to upload some case studies. Okay, with some code. Let's just go through and practice. Okay, but don't forget to learn which one. Your resumes are not shortlisted. Okay. Why you are, see, some people they'll prepare resume, but their resume will not be shortlisted. Why it is not shortlisted? Why it is not shortlisted? Because of where you, how you created your resume. Nowadays resume means, what do you do? You have a LinkedIn profile. You have a LinkedIn, created LinkedIn, right? Okay, but what is your achievements? What is your achievements? For example, have you done any certification in HTML? You have any certification in HTML? You have only Naresh IT. Who cares about it? Huh? Who cares about it? Now W3 schools is there, no? You do certifications from different certifications. Now here you have a certifications, right? Get certified. Get certified. Some free certifications are there. But don't take paid certifications. Okay, free certifications are there. Just check. Some free certifications are there. I don't know. You have to search. Some free certifications are there. No, here I cannot see. We have already seen with a small application like Ganesh. I said already how to do form level validations. Did I said how to do form level validations or not? Ganesh. Have you seen form level validations or not? That is one simple application. Yes or no? That is one simple application. Okay now. See, don't worry about this. Like if you have any doubts or anything, right? Okay, if you have any doubts or anything, you mail me. This is my mail ID. You can just mail me. If anything you required, like, for example, if you want HTML FAQs or CSS FAQs, okay, or JavaScript FAQs, okay, I'll try to provide. Okay, this is my mail ID. If you want FAQs or anything related with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I'll try to upload. I'll try to upload in the Google Classroom. Maybe tomorrow I'll upload it. Okay, all these FAQs and resume formats and everything, and case studies and projects, everything I'll try to upload. Okay, now. Okay, that's all. But try to practice HTML and CSS. Okay, so that's it. We'll just conclude it and try to UI and UX. What is the difference between UI and UX? UX is for UX is images editing, video editing, animations, image editing. That comes under which one? UX. UI. Now you are a UI developer. UI means what? Front end, like web pages and all the things. But there will be another person is there called UX developer, and that UX developer is UX is nothing but user experience, right? Experience means like image. एक image है उसको अच्छा करना है. कौन करता? Not UI developer. Will do UX developer who's very good in what? Image editing, like who work with Photoshop. Yes or no? That person is called as which one? UX developer. Now you want to develop some animations. How you build the animations? Then further there will be a person called which one? UX developer, not UI developer. What is the difference between UI developer and UX developer, right? But now people are looking for not both UI UX developers. UX developer development is different again. Okay. But if you have a knowledge, because web designer means you should have UI as well as what? UX. Because you edit the image and you place in your web page. You should know how to prepare a banner. Okay, you should know how to create a banner, right? So the banner somebody will not create. You have to create a banner and you have to place it. Then you should know how to create a banner, how to prepare a logo. So logo creation is the job of which developer? UX developer, not UI developer. UX developer will create a logo and that logo is used by UI developer. But nowadays companies looking for UI and UX. It means you design logo, you place it. It means you do everything. Getting on. One person should do both UI as well as what? UX. Create an application. That is what I said. No? What application means? I said already one application. Like we have seen, like doing some form level validations, right? Faruq Kumar. Have you seen form level validations? Yes or no? Have you seen form level validations or not? Okay. And not only that, see, if you want more related with the JavaScript, right? That you come across. See, when you have a backend, when you're working with a backend and front end combination, you include a Java. Otherwise, what you do in front end, nothing more than which one? Reading the data and performing certain operations. Reading the data and performing certain operations. You are doing it which end? Your front end only. We have seen all the operations, what you do it. Like suppose reading data and performing operations and writing into what? So without submitting anything to what? Backend. If you want to do everything in front end, that we have done already, like how to read and the things. One more application is I'll upload. I'll give you one application. You just go through it. Okay, now? Right. So that's all. We'll just conclude it. And if you have any doubts, right, you just mail me. I'll try to clear your doubts. All the doubts, I'll clear it. Don't worry. Okay. I have a doubt. Can we create an Instagram like website using HTML, CSS? No. No, yeah. మన నేర్చుకున్నది HTML, CSS. We learn only HTML, CSS. You want to develop Instagram? Yes. No. No, yeah. Instagram is what you see, that is not Instagram, right? Okay. But that uses one frameworks, right? Is CSS and JS any relation with AWS? Deployment. Nowadays, the company is looking, companies developing and deploying applications on which platform? AWS platform. Okay. AWS. It will provide the infrastructure for development as well as what? Deployment as well as what? Execution. Now, nowadays, everything is in cloud environment, right? It is providing a virtual machines. It is providing a virtual machines. It is providing operating system. It is providing a softwares and everything. That means you are not working in your local system, but rather than you are working in which environment? Cloud. So AWS is linked with all softwares. Because if you are working with a Java or .NET or any project, so where you are developing and deploying all those projects in which environment? Cloud only. Okay, cloud only. Okay, so don't think that this AWS is related with only CSS and JS, right? It is AWS is infrastructure which is used for development and deployment environments, right? Anything else? Okay, right? We'll just conclude, right? Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll try to upload some more studies. Just go through it. Already I said 2, right? If I want, I'll tell you. But again, I should tell rather than you just see it and then start developing it, right? Okay. Yeah, we'll stop it here. And if you have any doubts, you just mail me. I'll try to help you, right? Thank you. Right.